Good evening. This is the video newsletter for Buy Sell Short for Tuesday, November 29th. Nice big rally in the market yesterday. Of course, if you hadn't or had your head in the sand, Europe did not sink into the sea over the weekend. We got a little bit of news that was spun positively, something we haven't seen for over a week, and we had a fat gap up on the market, and then some continuation again today with some very nice participation in the small cap stocks. We were up about almost 100 points today. We gave it back, then we rallied back again, and then going into the last hour, we saw stocks, especially in the last 20 minutes, sell off. And the reason being, as we saw in after hours news leaked, as it always is in this market, this is probably the most leaky market I have ever seen. And I've been trading these markets for 10 plus years now. News leaks like it's never leaked before. S&P came out, downgraded 37 U.S. banks. Really zero surprise there, if you ask me. But you have some weakness in after hours, and we had that selling from the friends and family who were given the heads up late in the trading session. But, I mean, is anyone really surprised, or does anyone really listen to these idiot rating agencies? They've been saying they were going to downgrade the banks. They downgraded them. Case closed, essentially. Looking at the 15-minute chart, you can see we finally broke out of that bullish falling wedge that had been in place for about the last week. And what we're going to be looking at tomorrow is a possible golden cross on the 15-minute time frame. That is when the 50-day moving average crosses up through the 200-day moving average. And we have been using this quite successfully over the last several years on the 15-minute chart for some very nice gains. Average gain on a cross is about 150 points. When the cross happens, we tend to see a dip ahead of time. So, let's see what the futures action dictates for us in the morning. Looking at the daily chart, you can see now 2 up days in a row, the 11,200 area held. We're almost back to that 20-day exponential. And again, this is why I love this moving average. When we get too far from the 20-day exponential in stocks and indices, we always manage to bounce back. Or if we get above it, we always manage to pull back to that level. Love that moving average. Tomorrow is, of course, the last trading day of the month, so we are likely to see a lot of gains. We're seeing a decent amount of tax loss selling going on and fund selling, but like I was saying in the chat room, the sell-off that we had over the last 2 weeks, I think, pushed up the tax loss selling time frame on a lot of small cap stocks. And over the last couple of days, there have been some monster small caps gains. Look at DEXO from the PopScan last night. 80% winner today. 80%. And again, exactly like PEIX. Actually, I'll go into that when I get into the stocks a little bit further. Let's just go over the indices again real quick. Upside targets, again, 12K on the Dow. Stochastics coming out of the basement right now. So we worked off that overbought condition, shook everyone out, picked up some shorts, scared out the week longs, and, time to rock and roll into year end. We're going to continue to have these up and down moves with, ridiculous rating agency news and, the negative spin that we get out of Europe, which if you looked at the headlines today, yesterday's news was already being discounted today. Let's see if they spin it positive tomorrow. One thing to keep in mind, however, the market was able to hold up well today, and Europe, and this came despite the fact that Italy had to pay almost 8% for their bond offering today. Just to put it in perspective, when Ireland and Greece, when their yields got above 7%, they asked for a bailout. Italy hit almost 8% today, but the market should have shrugged it off, saying that it was highly subscribed. They had to offer 8%, but there were buyers there. So, that's probably today is the first time we've seen a really, really high bond offering in Europe, high interest rate, and the market hold up. So there is cause for hope here. SMH, nice little bounce back over the last couple of days. Still nothing to get overly excited about until we get above that or back above that 30 level. But Stochastics is oversold, and if we do see, a dip back to that low 28 area, it will be a scalp add just like it was for us on Friday of last week. Let's jump into some stock plays, though. As I mentioned, DEXO from the PopScan, Remember, we were buying this one a month ago, 60 cents. Hit a $1.80 today, 200% mover. And look at this chart here. This is, I went over a little bit of this in the weekend video, but you see this chart setup here? These are the kind of charts that are our focus over the next several weeks into December and January. These are the setups that give the monster moves almost every year. This is what we look for. DEXO, and I'm going to pull up PEIX as well because it has done the same thing. These stocks were trading in the upper ones to $2 level in July and August, plunged with the market, rallied all the way back. PEIX did it, DEXO did it, and our newest play, BWEN, same situation here, big sell-off, working its way back. Nice stair-step move, as I've been mentioning, and we got a nice little breakout today at 74 cents. This next up move in BWEN, in my opinion, takes us to the ones, up to that 200-day moving average, if not more. We've got the volume, just like we saw on DEXO and PEIX. This should be the next one to rock and roll, and I will continue to accumulate this one on dips, is the plan. But hopefully, with a green market tomorrow, we should see this one nicely higher. NVIS, new trading alert for us yesterday. This one has the looks of a dip and rip, and you know what the dip and rip is. That is when you see the stock drop on big volume right when it's about to break out, which is it was about to break out nicely yesterday, down on heavy volume today. Let's see what happens tomorrow. If it follows the same trend that we've been seeing on a lot of our other big movers like PEIX, BIOF, BWEN, we should see a nice little move on this one near term. 20-day exponential, the stock loves that moving average, hasn't touched it in a month, up there at 53 cents. Then we've got the 50-day moving average up there at 66 cents. We are about to get a positive MACD cross. We've got stochastics in the basement, about to break through the 20 level, which is what I love to see on these beaten down plays. TRID, what can I say? Nice bottoming action on this one. 32 cents last week, hit 20.5 cents on Friday. We added, rallied back to 27.5 cents yesterday, walked down again today. Check out the chart. Down days, low volume. Up days, big volume. Over and over again, we got our positive MACD cross, stochastics in the basement. I love the setup on this chart for a move into January. The CES show 50-day moving average at 42 cents is very, very doable on this chart, in my opinion. CXM, little biotech penny stock. We are awaiting partner news on their FDA-approved drug. Nice, rock-solid support at the 200-day moving average. Breakout, 38 cents. Almost did it yesterday. We got a little bit of a dip today on sort of low volume. So let's see if we get a dip and rip on this little baby. URG. Uranium plays have woken up. I mean, this market, chart plays are rocking and rolling. Doesn't matter what the fundamentals are on them. If they've got a nice chart, they are doing very, very well. This stock got hammered over the last month. Nice bottoming action here. 105 is first target. Check out its peer, URRE. All the uranium stocks are starting to wake up. URRE up 20% today. Nice little bit of news in after hours, pushing new highs in after hours. This stock tends to run for a few days and tends to bring its peers with it. It had a big run back in early October. Back in early October, we saw URG almost run 100% during the same period, retraced all the way back. Chart looks nice. Stochastics about to break up through 20. I like this one for the sector momentum. Stops, you can place stops 88 cents right now. 95 cents should set her free. 105, 120 targets. NEI, old favorite of ours. RSI, nice. Positive MACD cross, check. We're about to get that in the next day or two. Stochastics under 20, check. Beaten down tech play, nice upside. 20-day, 110, 50-day, 117. Stops, 98 cents. Very nice risk reward on this one, 15, 20%, 2%, 3% downside. I like plays like this on undervalued tech stocks, which is exactly what NEI is. And again, these are the kind of stocks that do very, very well over the next several weeks. mRNA, nice little bit of news today. Boom! Stock was at 13 cents, went to 21 cents, 75% move. Got rebuffed at that 21 cent level, pushed back. Now, if this one gets back down to the 14-cent area again from tax loss sellers, I will definitely be looking to build a really big position on this one. Look at the moves this stock likes to do. You can make 50% on this stock 3 or 4 times a month on the dip lows that it gives. Very, very nice volume. Penny stocks are the place to be right now. Now, one thing to keep in mind, and I continue to mention it, there are going to be some stocks that don't explode right away. And case in point, ANX. Let's check out this baby. ANX, obvious tax selling continues in this stock, even though it is woefully undervalued, trading well below cash, trading well under its 20-day exponential. This is the kind of setup that, while it's tough to sit in with a little position, and it gets annoying as it does nothing while the rest of the market goes boom. This is one of those stocks where you'll wake up one morning and boom, it'll open at 75 cents, up 50%. This is the kind of stock that will do that over the next few weeks. Don't want to miss it. Want to have a little piece of it. If it goes lower, we can build a really big position in it because we've got, a drug. They've got drugs in the pipeline and a crap load of cash on their balance sheet and no debt. I love setups like that. But we are going to see stocks that get taken to the woodshed on tax loss selling. Those are pound the table pickups. So start building your list. Some of them are going to explode like DEXO. Some are going to take a little bit of time. But, the strategy over the next few weeks is to ride these and pick up these big beaten down plays. Now, quick mention, DEXO, advertising, yellow book play, LEE, tax loss sellers yesterday, sympathy play on that one. Bounce back to the 20-day exponential. And as you can see, this stock loves its 20-day. That's at 64 cents. This stock could be a nice little mover tomorrow on DEXO. So we've got some very, very nice chart setups here. Small caps continue to do very, very well. We are seeing what we have seen in DEXO and what we have seen on PEIX and BIOF over the last few days. We're going to start seeing a lot more of that over the next month. Mark my words, I think DEXO is going to open an avalanche of these big, beaten down, small cap runners. So keep your eyes peeled. Any questions, feel free to shoot me an email. Otherwise, I will see you guys in chat room tomorrow. Oh, definitely check your inbox. Chat room server's down, so we moved to the backup website. So if you're unable to get into chat, check your email for a link to the new chat room. And I will see you guys hopefully in the main chat room. If not, we'll be in the backup. Good night.